Barrett, I have to ask you, do you use a top sheet?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Who does
okay.
not?
Okay.
Who among us is out here not using a top sheet?
If you're asking who is raw dogging their comforter, I can confirm it is me.
Okay. I mean, this is look, this is not the first time that I've heard of this debate. And even if you go online to a brand that we've talked about before that I've recently made a purchase from, Parachute, for example.
Yeah.
And you go and you click on a sheet set, you have to add the top sheet.
See,
So
that just shows you everything you need to know.
This is, there are clearly enough, now that to me, this just feels like a way to get you to pay more. Like,
Yeah.
oh, hey, we don't even have to include the top sheet anymore. These bozos out here are sleeping with no top sheets.
If I started a sheet company today, there is no way that I'm including a top sheet. I'm definitely charging more for a top sheet.
So you gotta add the top sheet into your set. It is not included on these Parachute sheet sets.
Okay, can I ask you
the concept of no top sheet is just a little strange to me for a couple of reasons. But what are you going to say?
Well, I was going to ask you, do you make your bed every morning?
I would say I half make the bed every morning.
Okay.
I pull everything back up in like a more, aesthetically pleasing way, but I'm not like retucking the sheets and like making sure that all the corners are aligned.
But
and,
you
like,
at
making
least
sure that it's perfect.
You put your paws on the top sheet and you pull that thing up every morning.
I do. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I see. As someone who has the sole responsibility of making our bed every morning, as I am the final person to get out of bed in the morning, including my dog, I love making the bed because I don't have to worry about the top sheet. I don't have to do anything with it.
Yeah.
I don't understand why I need the top sheet. I already have 2 top sheets that are folded together with feathers in between them because I have a duvet cover that covers my comforter.
Okay. So here's my question for you. How often are you washing your duvet cover? Because that is now serving as the primary point of contact with your body.
Oh, for sure.
In addition to the fitted sheet. Like these are the 2 pieces sandwiching you while you toss and you turn and you sweat and you sleep. So like this now needs to be washed as often or nearly as often as the sheets and the pillowcases themselves.
Because I'm scared of actually just saying my answer, I'm going to ask you first what you think is an acceptable amount of time to keep your sheets on your bed before you need to wash them.
Okay.
What is a normal time frame?
Okay. I think ideal is changing them once a week.
Okay.
I think that pushing that to 10-ish days is acceptable. And then depending on how cool or hot or sweaty of a sleeper you are, 2 weeks is max.
Okay.
But I think ideal for to be the most comfortable, crisp, and clean, the 3 key C's there, I think it's once a week.
The furthest that I go is 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That is the furthest because every 2 weeks we have someone come to our house. They do the cleaning stuff that we don't want to do. They're in and out in an hour. And one of the things that they do is they always change the sheets over for us.
Yeah.
Will we do that on our own within a week? Maybe. Do we sometimes just wait the exact 2 weeks every Tuesday and just do it? Yeah, we do. So I wait about 2 weeks most of the time, but I will say that we do change it out every once in a while, especially given that we are sleepers with a dog on the bed. But I've become a hotter sleeper these days. During a sale over Memorial Day, we decided to go online. We went to the company store, a very popular website out there for bedding, and we bought the closest thing we could find to what we would consider to be like hotel bedding.
Uh-huh.
Your pillows, your comforter. And now we have a very heavy comforter that is so heavy that I get really hot at night. And I feel like we might need to have a smaller or a less aggressive comforter moving forward, to mix in every once in a while.
Yeah. I don't know if it's an age thing or what, but I'm definitely a hot sleeper. And this actually reminds me of, this might be something that I have to add to the wish list or put on an insane gift type of list, but it tracks here. This was brought to my attention by a food influencer named Gabi. You might know her on Instagram at What's Gabi Cooking. But she and her husband recently made this splurge purchase from 8 Sleep. It's called the Pod 3 cover. And it is like an active cooling comforter that can have different temperatures on either side.
Okay.
It tracks all of your sleep, so it eliminates the need for like an Oura Ring or an Apple Watch and delivers that data to your computer or your smartphone. And here's an additional thing that I never even thought about that's pretty cool. It's also got like built-in alarm stuff that's like that's non-audio alarm. So it'll like pulse to wake you up, basically.
Interesting.
This does not come at a small cost. It's retails for $2,300, although it is on sale right now for $2,245.
Wow. Okay.
So a nice
we got
little,
the $50
nice
discount.
little $50 discount going on right there. But
Love
like,
to see that.
But this is, heading towards late 30s. This is the type of thing that I'm like, oh man, boy, this could really change the game for me. So, cause yeah, I mean, I sleep real hot. Like it's,
I just don't see the need for it. I'm going to read what the Wall Street Journal magazine said about this. They said, to its fans, a top sheet is an essential part of a made bed. A crisp, clean buffer between the body and the blanket. To its detractors, that same top sheet is a superfluous distraction that is a pain to arrange in the morning and annoyingly bunches around one's feet at night. See, they are speaking my language here. They're talking to the right person. Team Top Sheet argues that it's more hygienic, more proper, and just more correct to use one. Team None responds that it's more efficient to skip it, and if you change your duvet cover regularly, it's just as clean. Many Europeans just use a duvet cover, which that makes me ask, is the lad in me just jumping out here?
Probably. It does feel like a very European thing. Look, I want to go back to the duvet cover, though, because I think the biggest thing here is that I know if I removed the top sheet, I would feel the need to wash the duvet cover more, and washing a duvet cover is like a top 5 worst chore because you throw this thing into the wash and it like eats up everything else that it's in the wash with.
Swallows it.
And then you go into the dryer and all the stuff that gets stuck inside won't dry. And so you constantly are pulling it out every 20 minutes to like remove the pillowcases or whatever that get stuck inside. And even if you just go solo, even if you wash the duvet cover solo, it still like knots itself up and like takes forever to get dry. And then you got to do the whole song and dance where you're like putting it back on the actual comforter and you're doing the little tie tabs on the corners.
Thank you for bringing this up.
And it's just, it's a top 5 worst chore. And that like the eliminating the need to have to wash that as often is enough to sell me on a top sheet.
It's a very common trope about about like folding a fitted sheet. Like that is the thing.
Yes, yeah.
How comforters have somehow escaped being the pain point of that is insane to me, because who cares about folding a sheet, especially a fitted sheet? You can just bundle that thing up and throw it down and no one even cares because it's on the bottom.
Yeah.
But when it comes to doing a comforter, I mean, you got to do that thing inside out. You got to tie the corners. You got to flip it over, which takes a lot of coordination between you and the person doing it. Or if you're doing it alone, like good luck getting that thing flipped over.
Yeah.
And then you got to button up the bottom of the...
Say bye to an hour of your life.
Dude, buttoning the bottom for me is my least favorite part. And it's mainly because Sally and I are both very slow at it. And so it's just, it's not like I know that she'll go from the other side and catch up with me. It's just torturous. And so I think that duvets don't get enough credit for being like just an absolute pain in the ass when it comes to sheets.
Yeah, I do respect just what you're saying, though, and the other argument that this is easier to make the bed, and it's just it's less to deal with, and you don't deal with all the bunching and stuff, and the idea that a top sheet is kind of somewhat unnecessary. I can see the point there.
What's dumb though is that like when I go to a hotel, I'm like, oh, this bed is so great. It's probably because there's freaking top sheet.
Yeah.
And also,
I was going to bring that up.
For somebody who is on a constant journey to make their bed feel like it's a high-end hotel bed, like, am I just completely missing by not having a top sheet?
You might be. And that's, I was going to say, like, is there anything better than like going into a nice hotel and just getting into those perfectly ironed, crisp, layered white sheets?
No.
You posted a great TikTok of some guy that was decked out in like a terry white cloth robe and smart looking glasses, and he was steaming and ironing the hell out of his sheets.
That guy needs to start a business where he just goes and does this for people.
That bed was the most inviting bed I've ever seen. The perfectly, just aligned and ironed and neat pillowcases resting atop the ironed fitted sheet. I mean, it was beautiful. That is something that's like, you have like a list of things that you just like put in the back of your head and you're like, someday if I'm ever wealthy enough, these are things that are happening for me.
A cold plunge pool in my bathroom.
Ironed sheets are like are near the top of that list for me.
Dude, let's just start doing it. Let's just make.
I just complained about putting on a duvet cover. You think I'm gonna iron my
Yeah,
sheets?
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. It sounds cool in theory, but like I don't think either of us are gonna make that happen anytime soon.
It looked beautiful though.
It did look beautiful, and so many people responded and said this is like so American Psycho, and I'm like, yeah, but he stopped listening to Huey Lewis and the News and started listening to Retail Therapy instead. He's like, no, I got to get in. I got to start ironing this stuff.
Do you like Marie Kondo?
That's so dumb. I mean, I don't have too much else on sheets other than if anyone has any like what the point that I'm at in my life now, in my sheet journey, in my bed journey, is that I need the next step. I need the next upgrade. We've upgraded our sheets. We've upgraded our, like I said, our duvet. We've upgraded our comforter, our pillows, everything like that. I need the stuff that I don't even know is out there at this point. I need like the sprays that you put on the bed. I need.
What do you think he was spraying on the pillowcases?
I don't know. I think that there are like room sprays that you can do, but I like you can't do it with like a perfume or like some type of fragrance like that because that's just going to be too aggressive to sleep on.
Like we have like one of the Le Labo room sprays that you can kind of like spritz around a room, but I wouldn't spray it directly on my pillowcase.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, I remember like when I was really young, like a teenager, I was dating a girl and we were dating long distance for a little bit, as you do.
Sure.
And I remember she sprayed my pillow one time with her perfume as like a nice, like, oh, like, remember me? And I went to bed that night and I was like, I can't sleep. Like this pillow smells way too strong. This is not going to work.
Yeah. You were just absolutely inundated with,
I was just suffocating
with Abercrombie Fierce.
I was going to say I was suffocating in Victoria's Secret.
Victoria's Secret.
Like just dying on my pillow, like waking up smelling like it, not realizing it.
The one from the pink side of the store.
Exactly.
The little,
Yeah, exactly.
The sporty offshoot.
I can see the bottle now, which is not a good thing.